Hello, I'm Alan Gottlieb, founder of the Second Amendment Foundation and chairman of the Citizens Committee for the Right to Keep and Bear Arms. I currently also serve as an advisor to Gun Owners for Trump, the official coalition of the Trump Victory Committee. It's my pleasure to speak to you today with the most important election affecting gun rights in our lifetime just around the corner. And believe me, between now and the November election, there are no rest stops along the way. So with that in mind, answer these simple questions for me. If Joe Biden gets elected president, will your gun rights be under attack like never before? Yes. Will Joe Biden and his party, in control of both the House and the Senate, ban most semi-automatic firearms and standard capacity magazines? Yes. So the single most important thing you can do right now to defend your Second Amendment right, individual right to keep and bear arms, is to get politically involved. What does that mean? It means donating to pro-gun rights candidates, volunteering on their campaigns, and making sure that your friends and family vote. If friends of the Second Amendment don't win in November, we can kiss our constitutional and civil rights goodbye. And even if the good guys win, after Election Day, the battle over the human right of self-defense will rage on. It is expected that the attack on our civil, constitutional, and sovereign rights will continue and intensify all next year. And after the election is over, will anti-gun rights politicians in Congress, state houses, and city halls suddenly stop their attacks on your firearms freedom? No. Will the dominant media recognize that the Second Amendment is as important as the First Amendment? No. And in the courts, if we don't file the lawsuits to protect our gun rights, who will? It won't be the United States Department of Justice. That's why the Second Amendment Foundation's lawsuits are so important. Over 80% of the Second Amendment case law that's been won in our courts has been won by the Second Amendment Foundation and or our attorneys. Our motto is winning firearms freedom one lawsuit at a time. In fact, the cornerstone of our success, Supreme Court rulings in Heller and McDonald, had our handiwork written all over them. We brought the McDonald case, and our Heller amicus brief got us the fifth and critical vote to win it. It is imperative that we get another Second Amendment case to the U.S. Supreme Court that protects our right to carry. Looking ahead, the biggest organized threat to our Second Amendment rights that I see in the coming year is the billionaire New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg and his anti-freedom coalition of mega-million-dollar funded organizations. Of course, we all know that Bloomberg and his group would like to see all guns banned. With your help, we must put a few roadblocks in their way that create problems for Bloomberg and his bought and paid for politicians. And our opponents of firearms freedom have another problem, and that is the more than 5 million new first-time gun owners that have joined our ranks over the past several months and must be welcomed, informed, and activated into our movement. Despite the millions of dollars Bloomberg and his group of gun grabbers have spent attacking our gun rights and using tragedies like horrific killings, they hardly move the opinion polls in their direction. In fact, support for gun rights over gun control is up this year over last year. It is up because the fear that our rights are under the greatest assault in history, a justified fear. And support for gun rights is up because the American people see anarchy in our streets, riots, looting, and arson, and the fear for their lives and their property. And in 2020, we at the Second Amendment Foundation have a new roadblock for Mayor Bloomberg and his anti-gun rights coalition of hungry politicians. It is our Second Amendment First Responder Program and our Second Amendment Family project to grow and expand the gun rights movement at this very critical time. This month alone, SAF has run over 80 national television ads and radio ads on over 300 stations, as well as internet ads that have resulted in people seeing over 600 million pro-gun rights impressions. SAF has also run print ads in over 36 national magazines, from Fancy Football to the Farmer's Almanac, with our important Second Amendment message. And the Citizens Committee for the Right to Keep and Bear Arms has just emailed over 16 million people and text messaged more than 4 million, alerting them to threats they currently face to their gun rights. We call this fighting to win. It is also my hope that with your help, we will reach millions of new people and generate many more new ideas and ways to protect and expand our firearms freedom. Over the past 49 years, I have worked around the clock to keep our civil rights movement a step ahead of our opponents. And even being virtual, I hope we are able to accomplish that again this year. Our gun rights movement is a grassroots one that is dependent on networking and sharing information. And quite frankly, some of the best ideas we get come from you. So I ask you today to join with me. Go to saf.org. That's saf.org, and sign up for the critical battle we have ahead of us. Together, we can win this fight and expand our firearms freedom. Thank you, and God bless.